Hello everybody, friends, family, strangers, loved ones, besties, huh? And as every Tom, Dick, and Harry says in the corporate world, happy Monday. Mondays, man, what a stain on our existence. What a stain on humanity. What a stain on everything we have built as a civilization, as a culture of a species. Mondays, really? What's even more annoying is Garfield the cat. Cat, he had it all figured out. He hated Mondays. He didn't have a job. He didn't go to school. What? He didn't do anything, and he still hated Mondays. He was so clever, man. He was so smart. He was way ahead of his time. He was living in 3008, and the rest of us mere mortals, we're living in 2000 and late. Yeah, you didn't think I was going to reference Black Eyed Peas, but I did. Fergalicious definition. Okay, before I make a fool of myself, I'm going to sit you down so I can have a proper chat to you, my friends. So give me a sec. So listen up, buddies. I'm going to just throw some brainwaves at you, okay? Just going to throw something out there into the ether and see what you guys think. I feel like ever since the global Pandora has basically just thrown everything we knew about civilization out the window and lost all of our hopes and dreams and put us all into these neat little sad packages at home. You know, when I've got all these things in my schedule, when I've got all these things that I need to do, I just keep reassuring myself over and over again, I just need to get through this next week. And I've been saying that for almost 2 years now, so. Now the problem with that kind of thinking, which I'm sure you can very easily decode, is the fact that the week always ends, and then the new week begins, and you're left in the exact same position you were in a week before. And then we're just back in this never-ending circle of work and life and commitments and this and that. And it's just like, oh my gosh. I just have so many things I need to do. I have so many people I need to see. I have so many people I need to keep happy. I need to make sure I do that and this and all these different things. And I just keep pushing and pushing. And I'm like, God, this baby is crowning. I need to get this thing out of me. Otherwise, it's going to eat me from my insides. What kind of life am I living when I'm just doing everything week to week? You know, I have no long-term plans. I have no long-term goals. I have no long-term endeavors or wishes or things that I want to do. No, I'm focused on what I have to do this week. And if I can't get it done by then, it's just which is so frustrating because I know that at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of whatever, I'm just a fucking speck of dust throwing myself across the world and floating around and hoping that everything will work itself out in the end anyway. And I don't think that's the greatest way to be living your life. And certainly not the best way to be building towards a better future for yourself, right? Because I'm so stuck in this moment and what I need to get done in this moment that I never think about, okay, in 5 years' time, if I'm doing this, do I really want to be earning this much money or should I be earning that much money? If I'm earning that much money, then that means I need to get rid of this thing that I've got right now because I won't need that thing anymore. But if I get rid of that, then I'm going to need all this money for this other thing to get that done. And if I'm not getting that done, then what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And oh my God, I'm still 40-something years away from retirement and all of this is just never going to end and I'm just going to blow up and combust into a fiery pit of hell because climate change is just destroying us from the inside out and I just don't know what to do. And look, I get it, all right? There are so many things happening in the world right now. There are so many things happening on a more personal level, particularly compared to the last few years in lockdown where everything was kind of this shared collective trauma. And we're now heading into these recessions and these financial crises and all these different things that are just stressing everyone out beyond belief. The effects of this looming recession that we're all going to be dealing with in a few months or years' time hasn't really hit me, if I'm being honest. It hasn't really taken me down as much as other people, and I feel like it should. And again, that just adds to this never-ending circle of doubt and scaredness, frightenedness. What does that even mean? So in some ways, I'm fine. Overall, I'm fine. My mental health is fine. My finances are fine. I'm not worried about being homeless and all that sort of shit. But I do have this feeling of constantly being behind. You know what I mean? And not necessarily in terms of where I'm at in my career or how much money I'm earning or anything like that. I don't care about that shit. I just mean behind in work and commitments and people and scheduling and all that sort of shite. There's definitely room in my life to be far more organized and more aware and more involved and more present in my everyday life. But with work and friends and life and YouTube, there's just so much constantly piling up that I find it hard to actually plan what I'm going to do weeks in advance because I'm so focused on what I need to do right now and what I need to do this week and what I need to do like today. And it's a hard thing to kind of grapple with because in some ways I'm constantly like feeling bad for myself and also angry with myself for letting myself fall behind. But on the other hand of it, I think so much of it comes down to like this very like capitalist conditioning from a very young age, like from school really, where we're taught to basically just prioritize productivity and, you know, getting things done and doing that kind of a life. You know, at every stage of our lives, whether we're students or workers or managers or leaders or creators or parents or friends or lovers, anything like that, it's so hard to break out of that like capitalist productivity focus mold and just to like let yourself be more in the moment and be a bit more free and a little bit more present, because we have all these things just kind of looming over our heads waiting for them to take over. And you know, it's like one of the reasons why I'm so bad with the YouTube schedule, right? Like I think there was only one time during my almost 2 years now on YouTube where I was actually posting consistently like week to week for like a 2 or 3 month period. And you know, I was kind of posting for a year without really having any consistency, any kind of rhythm, any kind of like, you know, topic or style or tone to my videos, that my videos weren't getting any attention at all. And then around this time last year, I started focusing more on like commentary videos and posting week to week, mainly because I need that schedule. Otherwise, I just won't do anything. And like I very quickly noticed, if you post once a week, if you post regularly or consistently in any way, if you have that consistency, like YouTube will definitely reward you and start to like push your content out more. They'll start to push your older videos out more. You'll start to see random videos like suddenly get thousands of views when you're just like, how did this happen? But I guess that's kind of the problem with the creator economy, and certainly with like the way YouTubers kind of burn out so quickly, right? They get so invested in this like schedule and this kind of need to continually produce and create and publish that you do get lost in it a little bit sometimes, which I don't like. Like I don't like just churning out videos, because as much as I can sit here every week and talk about either my life or an interesting topic or whatever it is, there's always going to be a level of like, why is this being created? Why is this being sent out to the world? Why are people sitting down watching this? Why are we doing all of this? So yeah, I'm getting very cynical about YouTube, which I don't want to be, you know, like I genuinely love it. I genuinely love getting like the process of creating, from, you know, forming an idea, writing scripts or dot points, and then sitting down and filming and getting the more like visual aspects to it. And then the end process, which is probably my favorite, where you just sit down and like edit and like get to be creative and like find little ways to improve and make something more engaging and powerful and impactful and all those things. So I love that process, and I love that part of the creating process where I do get to publish and share it with, you know, my subscribers and strangers around the world, and have a conversation about what it is I was saying in the comments and through DMs and all that sort of stuff. Like I really love engaging in that way. But again, there's still this kind of part of me that just thinks, I don't want to be churning things out, and I don't want to have to feel like I'm forced to stick to a schedule, even though I know a schedule is good for me both creatively and professionally, and in terms of just keeping my audience engaged and feeling like I'm doing this for them and not so much for myself sometimes. I don't know, it's a weird conundrum, because on the one hand you want to be creating because you love it and you like what you're doing and all that sort of stuff, but on the other hand there's all these like kind of, you know, like the YouTube monetization side of things, you know, like how do you build an audience? How do you get that audience engaged? How do you keep growing your audience and all that sort of shite? And I call it shite because it's a part of YouTube that I really don't like, you know, like the part where you have to like think about what your 5-year goal is and like how you're going to grow your channel from X amount to this amount, and how you're going to earn money and like start to build sponsorships and brand deals and all that sort of stuff. Like I don't care about any of that. I don't care about it. I just don't give a shit. And once again, I say this from a privileged position because I'm not on YouTube to make money. I'm not on YouTube because I need this to be my income source. Like, sure, it's nice to have a bit of pocket change. Like, that's nice, whatever. But I could just get a second job somewhere in the city that pays a lot more for a lot less. You know what I mean? And again, like I have a job where I get paid more than I need to like live a very comfortable life. So like, again, this is all like the fun side of things, and I just want to keep it the fun side of things. And I guess that's where I get stressed out, you know, because when I talk to people about my channel, they're always like, oh my God, you're monetized. Like, how much do you earn? How do you earn money? How are you going to try and earn more money? Are you going to quit your job to make money on YouTube? Are you going to do this? Blah, blah, blah. No, I don't care. Like, why are you overthinking this? Like, I'm not even overthinking this. I don't know where I'm going with this video. Like, it started off as me complaining about having too much to do in my work week, but now I'm just complaining about YouTube and all that. So let's see where this goes, I guess. But anyway, as I was saying, I think planning and getting onto a schedule is really important to me because I need to keep myself accountable. Like, I've been kind of mentally categorizing my life into a few different sections. Like, I've got work, and work's fine. Like, work I've got a handle on. I'm really on top of now. I've got a really good schedule. I've just got a new job, which I'll talk about in another video. Maybe the next one or the one after. I can't remember which one is part of my order, but it's coming. Because, you know, I have talked a lot about work in this channel and I do want to continue doing that. I actually want to talk about work more on my channel and talk more about like career things. If you're interested in that sort of stuff, let me know because I am thinking about doing it. But, you know, there's work, and then I've got like, you know, my life stuff, which is like friends, families, loved ones, all that sort of stuff, like just keeping those commitments alive. Then I've got like my extracurricular stuff. So things that I just love to do because I love to do them, right? Like going out to really cool events and seeing nice restaurants and being social and out in public and that sort of thing. And then I've recently just got like YouTube on here, which is a mess. Like, like I love YouTube. I love it so much. I'm so proud of like the videos that I've made and the fact that I've managed to grow this channel to where it is now. And, you know, even though my channel is kind of on the decline a little bit, like I'm still very proud of it. But because I've been working so much on these three things over here that they're pretty good now, I feel like YouTube is what I need to plan better, and I am getting onto it. I do have a list of videos planned. Like I am trying to plan the way I even release videos, because I think sometimes I work so hard on videos and I just release it without really thinking about, you know, when the audience is online or when people are going to click and what the good time to post a video is and all that sort of stuff. So I'm trying to get more on top of like the planning side of things, because I think that's where I kind of fall apart a little bit. I'm also trying to block content in different ways. So I want to take my channel from just being like random video after random video after random video to instead being more cohesive and more like a story being told over time. But anyway, in terms of like what's coming up in the near future, I got a couple videos that I've started to kind of draft, but they're very like heavy topics that require like a bit of research and a bit of digging into like what it is I'm trying to say, so I can like really formulate an argument as to what I'm saying. Like these are for the video essays, I mean. They're the ones I tend to spend more time on. One video that's almost ready that I'm really excited about is a deep dive into BetterHelp. I kind of think it's a scam, and I think the way influencers on YouTube are like promoting BetterHelp and getting these like massive endorsement deals to promote something that's supposed to help someone's mental health. There's a lot of dodgy stuff going on. There's a lot of scandals going on, and I wanted to kind of pull that all together into one like nice, neat video. Problem there is I'm actually really scared to post it because BetterHelp is one of YouTube's biggest ad partners, and I don't want to piss YouTube off. Like, I don't want them to be like, this guy, like, he's an idiot. He doesn't know anything. He's just bad-mouthing YouTube. Why would we ever promote his channel ever again? So there's a little bit of that going on, so I'm not sure just yet. We'll see about that. We'll see. I think I will post it, and then just like, if YouTube hates me, then they hate me. Like, what am I going to do? I've also been trying to get back into like Melbourne vlogs. Like, I love this city. I love being in this city. I love living in this city. It's my hometown. And I want to share that with my audience and with YouTube and like create really great like videos about living in Melbourne, because it's a great city. It's one of the most livable cities in the world. Like, why wouldn't people want to be interested in that? The problem right now is we're basically in like the deep of winter, right? Like, it's so cold. It's been one of the coldest winters that any of us can really remember. Maybe because the last 2 winters were in lockdown, and now that we're finally going out again, it's like, oh, it's cold out here. That's actually everything I wanted to say, because I had no idea what I wanted to say or had a plan as to what I was going to say. So, you know, that's cool. How do I wrap this up? If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you really like the video, subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Instagram. It's @Fohad. Turn your bell notifications on. Why? Because you've got nothing to lose. My name is Fohad. I am iconic. I am a trendsetter. I'm living in 3008. Y'all are living in 2008 if you don't subscribe. So make sure you subscribe so you can stay in 3008 with me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Great to talk to you as always. And until next time, besties, bye.
Missing someone